Hi, welcome to part 3 of creating 2D platformer game on Construct 3. I'm Sulaiman Surani. Today's tutorial will be focusing on two elements. One is to set a timer to our 2D platformer game, and number two is to add sound effects and background music. Now before we start, be sure to subscribe to my channel and click on the notification button so you don't miss out any of my tutorials. I upload tutorial videos every week. Now let's get started. On my gameplay layout, I would like to add a text. And it's going to be similar to the one that I did for the score. So I'm going to change it to 60 because I'm going to set the timer in such a way that the player will only have 60 seconds to complete this mission before the end of time. So I'm going to change this to 20 and bold. I'm going to place it right below my scoreboard. And I'm going to insert another sprite. This sprite is actually the timer icon. I'm just going to resize it and place it right below the coin icon. About there. Now we have that set up. Let's jump straight to our event sheet. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a global variable. I'm going to call this timer. It has to be a number. Initial value now changed to 60. Alright, I have my global variable there. And I'm going to add event system. Every tick here, so every tick here represents every second. I'm going to set the text, timer text. Set text. So I'm going to type in end timer. Alright, the timer here is of course the global variable timer, the one with the globe. And click OK. So every second I've already set the timer to end timer. Alright, so again I'm at event, a system. This time I'm going to look for every X seconds. Interval is 1 because every 1 second. I want the system to subtract the number from the timer global variable. So I'm going to go to system. Under global and local variables, I'm going to subtract from the timer, and the value is 1. So we're going to count down every 1 second to from 60 to 0. If I click preview here, okay, you should see the timer working, right? At the same time also for my score, right? So that's good. So what happens when the timer reaches 0? So if the player is not able to complete the task within 60 seconds, you can set it to game over. Or in this case, because I do not have a game over page, I only have a main page. So I want to lead it back to my main page. So to do that, I'm going to go and add event. I'm going to look for system. And I'm going to compare variables. I'm going to compare if such a way that the timer is equivalent to 0 or reaches to 0. I would like the system to go to the layout. The layout that I want it to go to is the main page. Okay, so when the timer reaches to 0, it's going to go back to the main page. You can change this to a game over page. So we've completed the first part of the tutorial to set a timer to your 2D platformer game. So now what we're going to do is to add sound effects and background music. So I'd like to add a sound effects first. On my main page, I have a start button, and I would like to add a sound effect so that when my player clicks on the start button, there will be sound effect playing. So I'm going to scroll down all the way to sounds. All right, in the projects panel, there are two folders here. There's one called sounds and the other one is music. Sounds is where I actually upload all my sound effects. Music is where I actually upload my background music. So if I click on sounds and when I right click, import sounds. So I'm going to import my sound effects that I have here. I've also included these sound effects in the description box below. You can actually click on the link to download all the assets, the main character, the movement, background music, and the sound effects as well. So I'm just going to import a few. I may not use all, but I'm just going to import a few. I have, all right. So I'm just gonna click and drag this in to construct, let it code, and I'm gonna click import. So I have my sound effects here in the sounds panel. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my main page layout. I would like to add the touch input. This touch input actually works on the mouse as well. So I'm gonna go to my main page event sheet. Click add event. On touch, on tap object, the object is the start button. So if the player clicks on the start button, it will lead me to the gameplay layout. Go to layout, gameplay level 1, right? So on touch start button, it will lead me to gameplay level 1. But at the same time, I also want to add sound effects. So before I add that, I will actually want to double click outside on the layouts page. I also want to include audio. Okay, back to event sheet, add action, audio, play. Sound effects that I want to use is the next level sound effects. You can click preview to preview the sound. I'm not going to have it loop since it's the sound effects, and I click done. So if I test the game, click on start button and you can hear the sound there, right? So I'm going to add more sound effects on my e-gameplay, specifically where the hero collide with the coins. The coins destroy, 10 is added to the score system, but I would also like to add action, audio, play, sound effects that's called coins collected, not looping, volume is set to 0, and done, right? I can add a few actions as well. Maybe on line number 7, where if I press the keyboard on space bar, hero will attack. I would also like to add an action, audio, play, probably the one that says fault. Okay, not looping, done. So if I go to line number 5, hero platform is jumping, set animation to jump. It's not advisable for me to add the sound effects here, because here I'm setting platform is jumping, and the sound effects are going to be playing continuously as long as the character is jumping, and that's going to be problematic. Instead, I'm going to add a new line. I'm going to add event. I'm going to look for keyboard. This is specifically for when the character is jumping. On key pressed. In this case, the key press is the up arrow key. Click OK. Done. Add action, audio, play. I have the one that's called jump, not looping, done. Alright, so if I test the game, start button. Alright, so okay, so that works very well. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to import background music. So to do that, I'm going to go all the way down on the projects panel. In the music folder, I'm going to right click and import music. And I'm going to import some music that you can also download in the description box below. This music copyright free, so you may use this. I purchased this, so you can actually use this for your project. Let it code and import. 2 music in the music folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the main page first. So I'm going to go to in main page, add event, system. I'm going to scroll all the way down and look for on start of layout. So when the layout started, it's going to play a background music, specifically the Studio Columnar music. Right, and I want the background music to loop. The player may spend a very long time on a specific page, so I want the music to loop. Volume set to 0, and under tag I'm going to add a tag to this particular music, and I'm going to call it main, and I'm going to explain a little bit later on why we need this tag for the background music. I'm going to click done. So on start of layout, the system will play this music. So if I click on preview, the background music. So you see what happens there? The music plays well on the start page, but as soon as the player clicks on the start button, the sound effects played as well, but the background music continuously playing even though I'm at the next page. Okay, so that can be problematic because I have another music that I want to use for my gameplay. So the reason why I actually add the main tag here, so that on the line number 1, when the player click on the start button, it will play the audio, but it will play the sound effects. But at the same time, I want this particular music to stop, so that when I progress to the gameplay, I can play another music. So I'm gonna add action here on line number 1. I'm gonna go to audio and look for stop. Okay, and I'm gonna stop specifically the main music. That is where the tag comes in handy for the background music. So I want this particular music to stop, right, when the player actually click on the start button. So I go back to my gameplay event sheet. I'm gonna add the music here as well. System, on start of layout, I want the system to play another music called Egypt. I'm gonna use the tag as well. I want it to loop. So the tag here for the background music is important because we set the timer as such that when it reaches 0, it will go back to the main page. And if it goes back to the main page, the music will continuously playing on the main page, and we do not want that as well. So system, when the timer reaches to 0, system go to main page, but at the same time, I want the audio to stop playing my Egypt music. Click done. So that will stop there. So let's test the game from the start. Go main page. So as you can see that it works very well. So that's actually how we set a timer and add sound effects and background music to your 2D platformer game. I hope that you've enjoyed the tutorial and find it useful. If you do, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. So I'll catch you in the next tutorial.